Welcome to Above and Beyond, where I encourage you to teach your children how to become 21st century learners so they can go above and beyond. A 21st century learner is somebody who has the ability to think, learn, work, solve problems, communicate, collaborate, and contribute effectively to their society. The 21st Century Skills Framework was set up concerned with the outcomes, which means that every single piece of the puzzle in the 21st Century Framework is concerned with making sure that the end goals match what we want to do. Giving context and meaning to real-life situations by combining academic and technical learning is what 21st century learning is all about. We're making sure that we are encouraging our children to learn and have an attitude of problem solving so that they can work with other people to accomplish any task and solve any problem that comes their way. This platform is unique compared to other previous educational reform policies because it's agreed on by policymakers, educators, business leaders, other people within the community, parents, and alike. As you can see on your handout, you have a visual of this framework. So it connects all the domains between life and career skills all the way to information, media, and technology skills. It talks about how their expectations that are set up for them, how they're assessed on those expectations, all the way down to a learning environment and making sure that when your child walks into a classroom, they are in an environment that is going to encourage and promote 21st century skills and learning. So right behind me we have a toolbox, and this is our toolbox that we're going to learn about and make sure that our children are using to become 21st century learners. In this toolbox we talk about critical thinking and problem solving, communication, collaboration, and creativity and innovation. These are the essential skills that our children need to be efficient in using in order to become 21st century learners. So 21st century skills are so important because our world is becoming more and more flat, which means that global competition and global collaboration is increasing rapidly. This is saying that we are going to have problems that are affecting us on not only a local scale but on a global scale, and that we need to be efficient in working using these skills to make sure that we can solve these problems with people of all different cultures and people around the world. These days, a smart kid isn't good enough. A smart kid isn't employable. A smart kid needs to be able to use these skills effectively in order to be effective no matter what path they decide to pursue after school. We're making sure that our students are equipped with success, or to be able to be successful in higher education, in the workplace, and in their independent lives. We even talk about this in our 6th grade teams. So they're learning how to apply mathematics, to communicate their ideas and reasoning, and to select tools, including real-life objects, in order to solve problems. So my job as your child's 6th grade math teacher is to blend content with these crucial skills. So I'm making sure that everything that your child is doing in their classroom is useful in their life after high school. They're using these skills and having these activities in order to learn more about their life in the real world. So the way that I'm doing that is I'm providing authentic opportunities to learn. And these authentic opportunities consist of inquiry-based, hands-on learning activities. So they're learning through projects, they're learning through doing, they're learning by asking questions, by problem solving. So your job is just as complex as my job. It's so important that these kids are learning from the second that they step into my classroom all the way until they go to bed at home or at bed at night in your own homes. So the first thing that we need to teach our kids is that safety is a priority. On your handout, you have a website listed that's going to teach you guys how to employ safety and encourage your children to be safe on the internet, because we have so much more technology available to us, but we also have so much more bad stuff that can happen to us. So we're teaching our kids that it is so important to be safe, and we're using restrictions so that our kids are kept safe from bad information and from bad people. We are also modeling good citizenship. So by us being involved and us being active members in our community, we are making sure that our kids know what it means to be an active member of their community. They are using these skills that we talked about to solve problems in their community. And so we have to show them how to do that, and we have to give them the visual example so they know what they should be doing as they grow up. We also need to encourage them to share their learning. So I'm teaching them in the classroom all day long. I've loved doing that. But I want them to talk to you guys about it. I want them to understand how important it is for the people around them to know that they're learning. And I hope that you understand that. I hope that you are really keyed in and locked into what they're learning and seeing that your child can make such a big impact all over the world if they're using these skills and if you're teaching them these skills. It's also so important that our kids are learning about other cultures, and so you're making sure that you're doing whatever possible to teach them about working with other people and people who are different from them. That way, when something happens and there's a change, they're excited about that change and not afraid of it. We're also teaching our children to be problem solvers. So we're using different skills, and in fact, there's a website listed on your handout about using these skills to making sure that our kids are problem solvers. We're using this toolbox, and I'm going to be sending home weekly activities to make sure that your kids are aware, or that you're aware of what your kids are doing in my classroom. So this is an example of the activity that we're going to be doing this week, and so make sure that you're talking to your kids about this activity, and make sure that you're talking to them about using these skills. So I'm going to leave with you guys with a quote by Harding Carter Jr. that says, "There are two lasting bequests we can give our children. One is roots and the other is wings." So these skills that we're teaching them, they are keeping them grounded and giving them the proper foundation, but it's also going to allow them to really soar and to fly when they leave high school, whether that's in their individual lives, at a university, or in the workplace. Does anybody have any questions?